When we started working with a large manufacturing company, they were struggling with something many organizations face. They had annual surveys that gave them information, but always too late. By the time they saw the results, problems had already deepened. That's where AceNgage stepped in. We introduced a new approach: pulse surveys once every 3 months, followed by focus group discussions with the teams most affected. The surveys gave us the numbers, and the discussions gave us the real story behind them. Within the first cycle, some key themes stood out. Employees told us that while safety protocols existed, they weren't enforced consistently across shifts. Supervisors were driving output but not always focusing on people. Younger employees felt they didn't have a clear path to grow in the company. And one of the biggest frustrations wasn't just long hours, but the last-minute overtime that disrupted their lives. Based on these insights, AceNgage recommended a set of clear steps to strengthen engagement. We advised leadership to introduce standardized safety briefings at the start of every shift. We recommended training supervisors on communication and empathy. We encouraged them to launch visible career development programs with clear mobility opportunities. After 6 months and 2 survey cycles, the results spoke for themselves. Confidence in safety enforcement rose by 20%. Engagement in teams with trained supervisors improved by 18%. Employees who earlier felt stuck now saw clear career opportunities. In fact, positive responses about growth nearly doubled. Reports of fatigue and stress dropped by 25%. And overall, engagement rose by 15%, with attrition reducing by 10%. What this showed was simple but powerful. When you combine pulse surveys with focused conversations and follow them up with actionable recommendations, you don't just measure sentiment, you solve the root causes. For this manufacturing company, it meant stronger safety, better leadership, more motivated employees, and lower attrition. At AceNgage, that's exactly what we help organizations achieve, turning feedback into action and action into measurable impact.